Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. There is one young boy in US. He is one exceptionally different type of boy. He must be hardly in his late 20s, 27, 26, like that. But by this time he has about 2-3 degrees and doing wonderfully well. And he is deeply involved in the spiritual life. One day he asked me, Swamiji, give me something which will keep me occupied for the whole year till you come next time. Tell me something. I said, it's very simple. There are two types of statements which come in the scriptures, Upanishad. One is, this world is an illusion. And the second statement is, you must love everyone. So the conclusion is, love illusions. That is what we do. See? Love is both a verb and a noun. When a boy loves a girl, then it is a verb. That is what they say. I love her, I love him. And the phrase is, therefore I have fallen in love. And when you fall, you get hurt. And that hurting is called as marriage. It is an action. Love is an action. And any action which begins in time ends after some time. It doesn't last long. See? When love is a verb. Now let us understand, love is a noun. Love is an experience. See? You all know, when a child is born, that time there are two births. One, the child is born. Second, a mother is born. See? The child grows. Mother never grows. Mother continues to be the same. See? And the mother has love for the child. She does not love the child. She has love for the child. And therefore, the mother grows in love. She rises in love. She doesn't fall in love. And therefore, there is no hurting. See, friends, in the same manner, where is our attention? Are we busy actively in this world to succeed or to fail? All these will be only actions. See? Now, instead of these actions, if we focus our attention on the experience, then the direction of our life will change. So, this child, this boy, when I asked him that work on this world is an illusion and you must love the world. What does it mean? Our satsanga is not a hospital. It is a gym. In gym, healthy people go to maintain their health. See? In hospital, the unhealthy people go to somehow restore their health. You will see in hospitals there is a huge crowd of patients. But if you go to the gym, there will be hardly a handful. See? Because normally what we do, this life and this world becomes the goal of our life. See? So when we go for, let us take, to the temple or a church, we pray to the Lord. See? The digitalization of things have gone so much that even gods have changed. Do you know that? When I went to the Lord and say, "Oh Lord, please save me," Lord said, "In which format?" Whether PDF or doc, which format? So when we go to the Lord becomes the means and worldly achievements become the goal. See? So there is a confusion at the level of discrimination between the means and the goal. So whether our life is a means to achieve some goal, or that is our means to achieve something in life, majority of us are lost only in this. I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that. As a result, there are three possibilities of our focus in our life. Either our focus is on the world in terms of achievements and possessions, what I have achieved in life, what I possess in life. So whole time is spent only extroverted way. Second one is our attention is focused on the I. I have done this, I have done that. See? Constantly glorifying this non-existing entity called as I. Very few of us focus on the quality of the mind with which we come in contact with the world. See? I'll tell you one event many years before. That time I was pretty young. This happened in Lucknow in India. And like me, my friend was also very lazy, extremely lazy. So it was a winter time, and I finished my morning ABCD and I was having a cup of tea at 9 o'clock in the morning. And this friend of mine, he was still sleeping below the quilt. That time, the barber came for giving him a shave. Because lazy person, why should I shave? So the barber came and he asked me, shall I start your shave? I said, don't touch my beard, it is valuable. Because the rule is, longer the beard, more is the wisdom. Shorter the beard, doubtful is the wisdom. No beard, no wisdom. So wisdom grows only in terms of the beard. I said, no, don't touch it. They know I have been called. I said, maybe your boss must have called you. So my friend, from there itself, he said, hey, come here. And I was surprised to what extent a person can be lazy. He took out his head out of the quilt and he said, start. Can you imagine? So he started whitewash. And in between, he was sharpening his razor. Once, twice, thrice, 4, 15, 20 times goes on doing it. And then there is a leather belt. On that again he will give a final touch. When I was watching that, I said, hey, come on man, finish quickly. How long will you keep on sharpening that? He gave me the highest wisdom. Therefore, many people, when they ask me, who is your guru? You are all my guru. I have learned from you. So, he said, did you ever shave? I said, no. Then you will never understand this. See, the sharpness required for cutting the tree is different from the sharpness required for shaving the beard. See, both are sharp. But the sharpness for shaving is a very subtle quality. See? With a razor or a blade, you cannot cut a tree. See, friends, that day I discovered, I realized, look here, what is the instrument with which we come in contact with the world? See? We think we are seeing each other by eyes, but it is not true. We are seeing through the eyes, and the mind has to be behind it. Like, it appears that my glasses are looking at you. Glasses are not looking. Through the glasses, it is the eyes. Similarly, behind the eyes, there is a mind. When we snore in deep sleep, you must have seen there are some people, when they sleep, they keep everything open. Their mouth is open, their eyes are open, nose is open, everything is, please come. You are not late. There are seats this side, please come and sit down. So, to that person whose eyes are open, to that person you show the fingers. 2 plus 2, how much? He will not reply. Eyes are open, be attentive. Eyes are open, the image is formed on the retina, but that image is not caught by the mind. See? So all the experiences of our life, they happen only through the mind. See? Many times when our mind is at peace, even if somebody does some mistake, come on, never mind, it happens. But when we are in pieces, not in peace with ourselves, a small little thing is enough to upset us. Because all the experiences happen only in the mind. Now that barber knew the importance of maintaining the sharpness of the razor, because he is utilizing it. What efforts, what care we have taken from childhood onwards till date to take care of the instrument of mind with which we come in contact with the world. Nothing. Our understanding is, because there are thoughts in our mind, we are thinkers. It is something like this beautiful garden and the forest. What are the similarities and differences? Both the places, there is vegetation, plants are growing. What is the difference? In the forest, it is a wild growth. And we are afraid to go. But a garden, every plant, every tree is planted, culled, pruned, taken care of. Therefore, when we go to garden, we are not afraid. We are happy. Be attentive. Now our mind. Is our mind a forest of thoughts or it is a garden of thoughts? Think. All of us suffer maximum in our life, never because of others. As regards suffering is concerned, we are self-sufficient. Because our mind is like the wild forest The thoughts keep on erupting without any control. See? And it is this mind alone which is responsible for giving us joy and happiness in life. Anything which doesn't enter our mind does not have any impact on us. See? One day it so happened, my right toe, big toe, it had some growth. Like the strawberry, something was growing. So one of my friend, he came, he did namaskar, and he says, Swamiji, what is that? So I didn't know what is that. So I said, it is a wisdom toe. Fools have wisdom tooth, the wise have wisdom toe. He said, no, don't make a joke of it. It is a serious thing. You should take care of it. I said, okay, I'll take care. He said, no, I am a surgeon. I can take care of it. I said, come, let's go. So right from the satsang, I went with him. He said, it's a very simple operation. Don't worry. I said, I am not worried. You are only worried. So I sat in a chair and there was a stool in front of me. He asked me to put my leg on that. Gave the local anesthesia. After 15 minutes or so, he tried to, tap it. He said, how do you feel? I said, I feel emotional. You brought me here. He said, no, not that way. Do you feel anything? I said, I don't feel anything. That means that particular toe is fully anesthetized. Then he said, now you can watch, you can see. There won't be any pain for you. And like we take out the ice cream with a scoop, like that, he held the toe with his hand and put the scalpel straight away below that growth, and I could see that blood was coming out, and he dug it and took it out and showed me. He said, Swamiji, you are lucky, it has come out in one go complete. That day I discovered this principle. That which doesn't enter our mind doesn't exist for us. Know this mind. See what happens. Once I was going in Rajasthan with one big Mahatma, size-wise also. He was sitting in the back seat and I was sitting in the front with the driver. And somewhere, very odd place, our car stopped, whatever may be the reason. So I got out, driver got out. I said, driver, hey, what happened? He said, I don't know. I don't know anything. It stopped. What can I do? Then I was looking around. Below some tree, little distant, there was one local person with all the dirty clothes, like a person working in a garage. He has some small shop below the tree only. So I told him, I said, hey, can you see what happened to the car? He said, of course, that's my business. He came and he told the driver, open the bonnet. He opened. And then he was just looking very happy, cheerful, no tension of any kind. After that, he picked up one stone and gave one hit somewhere and closed the bonnet and told the driver, now start. It started. So I asked, hey, how much I had to pay? He said 100 rupees. So I told that Mahatma, sir, give 100 rupees. He wants 100 rupees. He said, what he has done? Only one hit he gave. And 100 rupees. 1 rupee is enough. So I said, I don't know. I said, hey, you go and ask. He's the boss. Whatever he gives, he gives. So this Mahatmaji was asking him, what you have done? You simply hit only one stone and you are charging 100 rupees? You people loot everybody? That man was really a great soul. He was cool, he was not excited. He said, Mahatmaji, For hitting the stone, I am taking 1 rupee. But where to hit the stone, for that I am taking 99 rupees. See? We do not know what is below the bonnet. We only complain. See? I am fed up because of my children. I am fed up because of my wife. I am fed up because of my mother-in-law. Complaining is not a good quality life. Inquire. Those who complain, they are samsari. See? Samsari means those who are expert in complaining about everything. If there is nothing to complain, God is all pervading. He is always available. So complain God. Oh God, why did you create such a terrible world? See? Therefore, a real seeker is born when we start working on our mind. If somebody wants to be a good surgeon, he or she must know anatomy perfectly well. After the patient has come on the operation table, and then he says, oh man, I have forgotten where is the kidney here, whether it is in the abdomen or in the thorax or is it in the cranium. No, he has to have a perfect knowledge. Exactly the same way, if we really want to lead a quality life, we must know the functioning of the mind. Those who know the functioning of the mind, for them, mind is an asset. And those who do not know the functioning of the mind, for them, mind is a liability. And such people, they either take to drinks or drugs and get into depression. And nobody is responsible for that, because they have never given any importance to working on the mind. See, how much importance we give to the gross things in the world? House should be like that, curtain should be like that, furniture should be like that, Amma's dress, it should be matching. See? The best matching I saw recently somewhere in US, I am coming from there, the toenails red, then the lower thing, whatever they call, red, then the above clothes red, then the cloth around their neck like the serpent of Lord Shiva, red, and the bangles red, the pearls red, and the .com red. Because it should be matching. Very good, nothing wrong. About food, how much care we take? See? You know, these days, there are various styles. Those who are vegetarian, they think they are holier than the non-vegetarians. I am a vegetarian. And superior than them are the next lot. And they say, I am vegan. See? You cannot say I am a vegan. You have to say with style. I am vegan. How much time, energy we spend only on this one thing called as food, food, food. And then they will be classifying this food. This is sattvic food. This is rajasic food. This is tamasic food. If you eat the tamasic food, you will become lazy. If you eat rajasic food, you will become very agitated. If you eat sattvic food, you will sleep anywhere. How much time and energy on this one thing called as food? Nothing wrong. But what time and energy we have spent to take care of our mind? We can take care of the mind only if we know what exactly mind means, how it functions. Mind has two aspects. One aspect is The mind is responsible for perceptions. After perception, if we stop there, no problem. But mind doesn't stop there. Perception is followed by projection. And from there, the world is created. And that world makes us miserable. See, my friends, like in a garden, one useless, unemployed young man goes. Because he has a lot of time, then only he can go to garden. Otherwise, a busy person cannot go to garden. So he goes to garden. And it is not only boys are useless, girls are always competing. They are also equally useless. So that girl also goes. Now this boy looks at this girl, and the second aspect of the mind starts functioning. The mind starts projecting. Why she has to come here only at this moment? I think it is God's will that I should go and talk to her. And the girls also start thinking. And perception is followed by projection. One man in a first class sat next to one girl or one lady. After he said, "Oh, what a great fragrance. What is this perfume? I want to buy it for my wife." So that lady looked at him. "I won't tell you, and don't buy it for her." Why? Any fool will come and start talking to her. See? Perception followed by projection. Now, if we have this capacity, no projection is entertained. Then our mind will be like a mirror. And what is a mirror? Which reflects everything, which rejects nothing, and which retains nothing. With that quality mind, when you live in this world, you don't create any impressions on your mind. Impressions are only of two types. One is liking, second is disliking. There is no third impression. And our life is guided by these likes and dislikes. There is no logic behind the likes and dislikes, is it not? Pathetically hanging crucified clothes, and so many of them are collected. So whenever we have to go out somewhere, we stand in front of them and the clothes are waiting. Today I hope I get a chance to go and exhibit to the world. Then we know this, not this one. This everybody think I got only one or what? No. 2-3 hours you spend to select one useless cloth. Be attentive. More choice you give to yourself, more miserable you are. Less choice you give to yourself, less miserable you are. Don't you give any choice, you are happiest. See, my friends, what is the choice? Choice is the influence of personal likes and dislikes. See? And prosperity is measured in terms of the options that are available. Don't you give any option to yourself. You can never be miserable. See? So when we are interacting with the world, now we have to find out, are we collecting impressions on the mind, or is our mind like the mirror? Beta, you sit this side, it's very hot for you. Sit this side. Come this side, straight away.
Yeah, Uncle.
You sit here. Huh? Good. You can hold? Okay. So, working on the mind is becoming aware of this phenomena, that our mind is constantly gathering likes and dislikes. Do not allow it to happen, number one. Now, second thing, how the world enters our mind. Entry of the world in our mind is entrance without entry, or entry without entrance. How it is possible? When we stand in front of the mirror, the reflection in the mirror, is it our entry in the mirror? No. The mirror is hardly 0.1 millimeter thick, and a huge fat person, 6 plus and 4 plus, standing in front of the mirror, can he enter that mirror? No. But what is the reflection then? Reflection is entry without entrance. Now apply the same principle. How the world enters our mind? The world enters our mind by way of giving value to something. See? We are all miserable because of anything to which we have given value. You give value to discipline, you will be miserable only because of discipline. Give value to perfection. The world is full of imperfections, but you are a perfectionist. So you want perfection. Net result, you will be perfectly miserable because you are a perfectionist. See, you give importance to anything in this world, that will be the cause of disturbance in the mind. See, therefore, what should be our approach to work on the mind? If we have given importance to something or somebody, we have to devalue that. Now, is anybody born with a cigarette in the mouth and a lighter in the hand? How we start smoking? On a billboard, we see an advertisement. One useless young man sitting on a motorcycle, and there is a cigarette in his mouth, and another useless girl bringing the lighter in front of his cigarette and lighting, and a useless man, young boy, looks at it and start thinking, I think that boy is me, cigarette I can put. Now who will come and lit it? And then the value to the smoking, to the style, it starts coming. And once we give value to anything, our mind can never remain at peace. See? Now you see everywhere you go, torn clothes are considered to be a sign of poverty. But now torn clothes are the fashion. So they go to the shop and they select the particular jean, and then they have to tell them, okay, tear it here, tear it there, tear it there. Then the gun is shot at that new thing, and then some holes are made, and they put on the holy pant and become the holy man. Because value. Everybody is putting the torn pant, therefore I must put on. See, friends. So whenever we give value to anything in life, that thing enters our mind. See? So what is to be done in life? What happens exactly when we give value to the mind? Be attentive. If you take a rubber tube, and in that rubber tube you put a glass ball, small one, The rest of the tube will be comfortable, normal, and where the ball is put, there will be a bulge. That bulge will also look, it is steady, but actually it is not steady. There is a tension on the walls of that tube. And the moment you remove that ball, again it will come back to the natural condition. If this example is clear, mind with the entry of any object creates a tension on the mind. And that tension is called as a desire. And when we desire something, desire is an abnormal condition of the mind. It is not a natural condition of the mind. And therefore, this desire, we want to remove it. And we all know only one way. And that is, fulfillment of the desire is equal to the removal of the desire. Okay? Like, I wake up early morning. And the first thing after brush I want is a cup of tea. So the morning begins with the desire for the tea. It starts tea, 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 tea. Till I get a cup of tea, I am very uncomfortable. Then I heat the water, put my deep tea bag and make the required decoction. And when I take, aha, maja aa gaya. So, the desire for tea is removed, happiness is experienced. But what is my analysis? My analysis is, when I wanted tea, I was miserable. When I got tea, I am happy. Therefore, happiness has come from the tea. Analysis. If tea has, like the tannin or caffeine, the alkaloid of happiness, everybody would have been happy with a cup of tea. But this doesn't happen. You tell the Americans to take tea, no, we take only coffee. See? So where from that happiness has come? And if we intelligently analyze our experience, we come to know, when tea was desired, mind was agitated. When tea was given, the agitations of the mind quietened. Therefore, quiet mind is the source of happiness. Therefore, how to work on the mind? Working on the mind is, don't waste your life in fulfilling your desires, but rise above the desires. See? And when we entertain zero desires, we are happier than the happiest. And all of us have this experience. Don't trust me. We are only analyzing our experiences and learning from them. See? When we are in deep sleep, snoring away, that is why they call it sound sleep, Sound for the society and sleep for ourselves. So when we are in a sound sleep, what is our experience? There is no desire. Because there is nothing other than I. See? Upanishad says, in deep sleep, the mother is no more a mother. The husband is no more a husband. The wife is no more a wife. So two things happen in deep sleep. We are nobody and there is nothing other than us. Therefore, there is no desire. And therefore, we are all happy. And if you have got only one desire before you go to sleep, suppose you have to catch the early morning flight, 7 o'clock, and you have to reach 3 hours before, and you have to drive half an hour. So you decide, I'll finish my evening dinner quickly and go to sleep and wake up early, take nice bath, change myself and go to the airport. So you finish the first part quickly, take dinner and sleep. And thereafter, after every 2 minutes, what is the time? What is the time? Again go to sleep. See? Because one desire is enough to destroy our whole night. We have got Himalayan desires. Whole life is destroyed. See, friends, you will see how many things we have accumulated in this world, in our own houses, my world, how many things. There is no end to it. And we keep on accumulating. And then we think, I think we should add one room, But here the council is not giving permission. But anyway, we'll try some other way. We can make one loft here and keep the things there. But we don't think in terms of emptying the house. See? Keep on accumulating. Friends, empty yourself and see the joy. This I have learned myself. In Mumbai, I was staying earlier in a small house, one flat, maybe about one room 10 by 8, other room 10 by 10. Very small. And my only possessions are books, my laptop and my few clothes in a bag. That is all. Then my friend told me, Swamiji, you should not stay in this house, we should have a bigger house for you. I said, do whatever you like. So he bought a big flat for me. I said, now it is your responsibility to shift my books there. So he got them packed in cartons, about 12 or 15 cartons, and put in a new house. Every time I used to go and look at the pile of those cartons, I think next time I'll do, this time I don't have time. To open all of them and again rearrange, big job. So it continued for a month, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. They were all sitting there. And every time it used to disturb me. One day I said, come on, how long I'm going to do this? So I wrote to my friend who is a librarian that these are the books lying there, they are already packed, kindly come and collect them for your library. He was very happy, he collected all the books. And I received an email. Hamidi, these are the books, we have done all the cataloging and everything. So when you come, we would like to take your signature as a donation so that we have got our papers clear. The moment I received his email, where was the burden? Burden was not in that room. Burden was in our mind. See, friends, we think we are accumulating the things and keeping outside. No, they are not outside, they are inside. See? The more you look into it, then you will come to know all the disturbances that come in our mind, they are only because of this attitude of possessiveness. Empty yourself. The truth will reveal. Give it a try. In whichever room you are, just for fun of it. Keep yourself in that room and maybe for a day or two, remove everything and go and sit. You will experience that every object in the room has its own personality. And that personality influences our mind. See? This principle I discovered. I very rarely like to go for bushwalk or to walk under the trees. So whenever I get an opportunity, I go to walk along the sea beach. So my friend asked me, Swamiji, why this is? I said, look here, I feel something is sitting on my head when I see the things around. Near the sea, directly you are exposed to the infinite. Expand yourself to dissolve yourself. See, friends. And the technique of dissolving our mind in pure consciousness is this. There is no other technique, no shortcut. Mind and consciousness, they are the same thing. They are not two. Like man and husband, they are the same thing. They are not two. Man is. He becomes husband. Similarly, water is. It becomes ice. Consciousness is. It becomes mind. Okay. Now what has to be done for dissolving the ice in the water? Nothing. Just leave it there and relax. And when the ice will dissolve in the water, it will not make any noise. See? Exactly the same way. Let the mind dissolve in the consciousness. How it can be done? It's very simple. Again, we must know the working of the mind. Mind cannot survive without its basic food, called as words and forms. Again I repeat, names and forms. Now let us do a small experiment. When I utter any word, your mind immediately takes the shape. Cow, you come and sit here. Be slow. So, when I say the word, see what happens in your mind. Cow. China. Pizza. Laptop. Immediately the mind takes the shape. Now I say, Dunda. What is this Dunda? Dunda, you don't know? No. See, Dunda is an animal. Oh, the mind is slowly formulating now the data. Oh, it's an animal. Animal like what? See, it has got the neck like a giraffe. Oh, long. Slowly the picture is being formed. The mouth is like a mouse. And the main body, the stomach is like that of an elephant. Very funny animal. And the legs are that of a deer. Deer legs. And the tail is like that of a ponytail. Peculiar. Now I have given you data, some kind of image is formed in your mind. See? Mind requires for its survival forms. Without forms, mind cannot survive. And without names, mind cannot survive. Name and form, they always go together. And therefore, we are all the time spending our whole life only on these two issues, name and form. And we imagine, if the form is kept intact, it is becoming immortal. You will see all the statues all over the world. See? There was a pigeon and a baby pigeon. And the baby pigeon said, Mom, I want to go to restroom. Where do I go? Go to Mahatma Gandhi. Because it was a statue of Mahatma Gandhi. So the pigeon, no, Mama, somebody is already sitting there. Okay. Go to Pancham George. No, somebody is already sitting there. So all these statues are only the easing place for the birds. Who knows them, what they are? But we have that wrong notion. See? All the time taking the selfie form. There was one mother, she called her son. My dear son, something is happening to your wife, please come quickly at home. She is twisting her face and she is doing some funny kind of activity and all kinds of things. I think something is wrong with her. Please come quickly. The son said, nothing is wrong, Mama. She must be doing her selfie. Now, give your mind an object which doesn't have a shape or a form. How to do that? So when you go home, sit in your room, close all the lights, not even a speck of light should come inside. Absolute darkness. Then don't close your eyes, open your eyes. So, because eyes are open, seeing is happening. Because there is nothing to see, seer is not born. So what is the net result? Seeing without seer and the seen is pure consciousness. When I see her, so she is an object of knowledge and I am the knower. So I am the seer and she is seen. Mind is born. But if there is seeing, but seer and the seen is not born, that is consciousness. Joy without an enjoyer is the truth. Knowledge without the knower is the reality. And this can happen only when we go beyond the mind. One day I was going from from Heathrow to Bombay, and in the flight I was near the toilets, stretching my hands and legs. So one gentleman came and he started talking to me from India. He said, "Are you Swami?" I said, "Any objection or what?" No. Are you Swami? Then I thought, like the old days, the plate is to keep on moving. No, like that. I said, forget about it. So I stopped talking to him. So he looked behind. His wife told him, that, derogatory look, come here. And he went there. Sit down. Meaning you even don't know how to talk. And then she came towards me. Excuse me, you look like Swami Anubhavananda. Do you know him? She asked me this question. I said, yes, no. How come yes, no? Because I know, therefore yes. But I don't know him as you know him, someone other than you. See, that experience which does not demand any means of knowledge to be operational, that experience is our essential nature. Therefore, The real spiritual practice is not doing something, but undoing everything. It is not becoming someone, it is unbecoming everything. In doing, there are efforts. In undoing, there are no efforts. This is the technique. So, like the form, similarly, take the sounds or the words. See? In every religion, they tell us to chant the mantra. See? So we take the rosary in the hand and keep chanting. Om Mani Padme Namaha, Om Mani Padme Namaha, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Till such time, mind entertains words, mind will not die. Till such time, mind entertains words, a sequence is born. And where there is a sequence, there is a movement. Wherever there is a movement, there is world. See? So, now instead of giving importance to the sound, now give importance to the silence. No more mantra chanting. For example, first of all, I'll chant. That time you focus on the sound that I am uttering. Then I'll give a wide gap between the sounds. Then onwards, focus your attention on the silence and experience yourself what exactly it means. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram. Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Now let us analyze this experiment and learn. The real spiritual practice is when we learn from our experiences, not mechanical life. How the thoughts breed the thoughts and how the thought breeding can be stopped and how we can go beyond the thoughts to the silence. These are the three stages through which we have to go. First, thoughts breeding the thoughts. I want a cup of tea is a thought. Where it is available? To whom should I go? One after another thought is born. Because I want a cup of tea is not a complete thought. It is incomplete. So to attain completeness, next thought is supplied. Now, second thing, we chant the Lord's name, Sri Ram. It is complete in itself. You don't require anything further. Therefore, next thought is not born. So, when we initially chant the Lord's name, the purpose is that this thought breeding is stopped. So, whenever you are disturbed mentally here and there, take your mala and chant loudly, not with a mic, but to yourself, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. It is something like disease agents are foreign body in our system. Medicines are also foreign body. So diseases are removed by the medicines. Afterwards, medicines are also detoxified and removed. Exactly the same way. Worldly thoughts are stopped and replaced by the Lord's name, and after the purpose is over, that is also dropped. So first, this series thought breeding is stopped. Thereafter, we keep chanting only simple name of the Lord. Thereafter, now we enter the silence. So we expose ourselves to silence more and more. However, here also there is a problem. And the problem is, we become addicted to silence. You will see most of the ashrams or places you go, there are very noisy boards. Keep silence, keep silence. Meditation in progress. Don't disturb. We are already disturbed inside. We become obsessed with silence. But we don't understand. Silence is opposed to the sounds. Divinity, the reality, the consciousness that we are, is not opposed to anything. That unopposed experience is our essential nature. Sounds are heard by the ears. Silence cannot be heard by the ears. Yet, we do have the experience of silence. So there is some principle which is supporting both the sound as well as the silence. Come to this principle. Then sounds will never be a disturbance and silence will never be an achievement. See? And the last and the most important thing to know, this is our natural state. We don't have to do anything. Only come to recognize this. See? Like our eyes. They are seeing the blue color, the red color, the green color, the yellow color. Are these eyes influenced by any color? Our ears hear every kind of sound, whether with a discourse or a disco. Makes no difference. Our mind can entertain every kind of thought, divine or devilish, noble or ignoble. Mind is not attached to any thought. We are not attached to our own body. Therefore, we go to sleep. Meaning, attachment with this world is an illusion. Once you know this secret, then what we call, I am attached to this or attached to that, it is an illusion. This is the meaning, what our scriptures tell, this world is an illusion. We are not attached to anything or anybody. This unattached, essential reality is our being. Come to recognize this and be happy. And where all this thing is happening? Only in the mind. But your mind is running here and there, like probably I have been talking for last 1 hour. In last 1 hour, how many minutes you have heard me? Huh? Because the mind has already gone so many places. It has not been available for all the 68 minutes. Right? See, friends, when we start working on the mind, that is our second birth. This body that we are born is our first birth. But this body is definitely going to perish and die. But the seeker that is born after listening to satsanga never dies. Because we come to discover our divine nature. Therefore Vedanta Shastra tells, whether you know or you don't know, whether you want or you don't want, you are divine. We don't condemn anybody. You are divine. You are only playing the role of a fool. But essentially, you are divine. Come to recognize your divinity and be happy. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.